Visit my website for posts that I make frequently and links to my socials. Enjoy the video. So they've added an equipable item, which means that it can be equipped before the match starts. The fog vial. Its effects include using a fog vial causes a fog cloud to expand outward from the point where it was used, dissipating after a set time. They've not wanted to tell us what the time is. Scratch marks do not spawn within a fog cloud. Audio is muffled for anyone within a fog cloud. So basically, you're getting more quick and quiet type value. The aura of players within a fog cloud cannot be read by other players. Okay. That's really strong. Huh. Free distortion, I guess. Has a wait, it recharges, so you can keep using it. Oh my god. And of course, they've got different rarities and add-ons, because why wouldn't they? Let's see, what have they put? The fog vial specializes in creating confusion and breaking line of sight. When it's activated, this fog obscures your surroundings whilst allowing for limited visibility within your immediate vicinity. By moving to a single recharging use, survivors can use the fog vial multiple times per trial and don't have to be quite so precious about saving charges, letting them be more in the moment with their vial uses. Yup. Okay. Right. I can't wait for like an add-on to say if you remain within the fog vial for its entire duration, you get healed or something ridiculous, because that's what they would do. Okay. The immune to aura reading is really strong. I mean, goodbye barbecue if you pick up this thing. But the metric that you want to assess it against will be, is it stronger than a med kit? Because if it's not stronger than a med kit, people aren't going to bring it, so it's worthless. Obviously in high elo, because people will bring suboptimal items in other elos. People will bring flashlights and go ahead and run around the entire time not doing a generator. Anyway, keys. Changed item charges to refer to individual uses of the item rather than the overall time, because it was going like, it's got the key, a skeleton key has 30 seconds of use, so they're trying to move all their descriptors over to charges. That makes sense. Channel the key to consume one charge and reveal survivor auras for a limited time. Huh. Okay, so it's like you right click it, maybe wait like 3 seconds or something, and survivor auras get revealed after that. When near a closed hatch, consume one charge to unlock it. That's pointless. People are just going to keep the key at one charge, so that it doesn't matter that it's got a cost. Consume one charge to quickly unlock a chest and gain an item of rarity or higher. Once a chest has been unlocked with a key, it is revealed to nearby survivors and can be rummaged in by one other survivor to gain an additional item of rarity, a rare rarity or higher. And they've adjusted the effect of individual item rarities and several add-ons. Okay, so this is bad, and we know it's bad, because dramaturgy does the exact same thing. And dramaturgy very occasionally, well, very often gives you bad items because a map and a, what's it called? There's another rare item that's bad. A map and a broken key are both rare. Whereas you might want something like a camping aid kit. If it just gave you the full variety of items, you've got less chance of getting a map or a broken key. But if you contain it to rare and higher, you've got higher chances of getting those bad items. So that's not good. So I'm not concerned about the keys being changed, though. Why does a key still open the hatch? I don't know. Why does the hatch still exist? I don't know. Oh, they wrote a dev note. Keys stood out as the most least used survivor items because they're terrible and were outclassed by other options. Unless you ran the reveal the killer one, that was actually pretty strong if you use it correctly. But it's not as consistent as a medkit, so why would you use it? We've reworked them to offer a wider range of utility and tap into players yearning for higher rarity
The
items.
children
Okay.
yearn for the mines.
So we're yearning for higher rarity items, not maps and broken keys. Why are they still rare? Why are they still in the game? Oh, they've updated them. Okay. Right, that makes... They're still going to be useless, let's be real. They're not going to have changed maps to be useful. The charge system is easier to track, think of as usage rather than use time, and the aura reading capabilities of the keys are improved, while also adding some team-wide utility. In addition to making it easier for the equipped player to get quality items from chests, keys also extend that opportunity to a single teammate. Yeah, I don't think the rummage matters. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh my god. Pair that with Scavenger. And I'll put it on screen now so you can read what it does. Pair that with Scavenger and it's actually a bit concerning. Because Scavenger with Eliday's Scavenger with Eliday's Rummage perk, I forget what that's called, that'll also be on screen, would allow you to get like a brand new part and a half worth of value for doing a single great skill check. It's more than a brand new part and a half, actually. And the keys will let you do that. Okay, so it doesn't let you do it, it lets another survivor do it. So it's only concerning if you have a survivor friends that bring a key. Because if you have a survivor friends that bring a key, you're going to give people free rummages. Okay. Maps. Change item charges. They've got that. Okay. They've changed it to charges. Adjusted the uses for the item to cover the following. Channel the map to consume one charge and reveal nearby pallet and vault auras to yourself for a limited time. Okay, so it's windows of opportunity, right? While auras are revealed, press the use item button again to create a beam of light only visible to survivors, revealing the aura of generators within the beam's range to all survivors. Okay. So the map is now better together plus windows of opportunity. Okay. It's still not as good as Medkit, I don't think. Similar to keys, map stood out as an underutilized item which didn't fit into beginner or experienced player kits. With this change, map retained the spirit of giving players an awareness of their surroundings, making their effects more consistent and extending some values to teammates. Now, there's no need to track objectives before they show up. That was dumb. That was like 2016 dumb. Okay, I don't know why they're calling that a medium update. Why are they calling these two medium updates? They're pretty important. I don't know. Behavior. Anyway, preset improvements. Increase the number of character customization presets to 7. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Increase the number of loadout presets to 7. Added the ability to change preset names. Okay, cool. Whenever it's the pursuit of fashion or prepping perks for every situation, we wanted to make it easier to save your faves. Don't worry, your existing presets will be ported into this updated system. Okay, cool. Quality of life, that's nice. We want that. Okay. Keyboard and mouse on consoles. Oh god. Added keyboard and mouse support for the following console platforms. Sure. I mean, sure. At that point, I would just buy a computer, but go on. Custom match improvements. Oh, please tell me. I'm not gonna read it. Please tell me they've made it so that you can enter a game as a solo survivor. Because they need to do that. Added hotkey inputs to custom game spectating to switch to the killer's perspective. That's useless. Added spectator hotkeys representation next to player portraits to improve usability. Useless. Added the option to toggle hotkeys. Useless. Added a visual indicator to show spectators who they are viewing. That's... I'd be really concerned if spectators didn't know who they were viewing. Shows dead survivor icons if joining as a spectator after getting sacrificed. Wait. Okay, I thought that meant that if you had died and were now spectating, people could see that as an icon. I don't think that's what it means. I think it's just another useless change. Okay. Killer updates. Executioner, who is suffering right now because his cages are terrible. I'm not going to read it. His cages are terrible. He's forced to use range add-ons because every other one of his add-ons are terrible. And this whole like trail thing and being afflicted by a status effect, special status effect, being damned or whatever it's called, is pointless. So it'd be nice if they changed that. Right, anyway. Increase the range. Cool, that's what we needed. I bet they've nerfed the range add-ons though. Increase the duration of the trail's drawing and trail lifetime. That's good. Oh my god. Right. It depends on how much they've reduced it by, but that is so bad for Executioner. It means that in situations where you would get a guaranteed hit, the survivors are just going to get distance. Or he might not be able to make it around a corner quick enough to be able to actually use his power. He just needs to instantly fire it, and it's going to make it difficult to fake using his power as well. We'll see though. Added haste and endurance effects to survivors saved from a cage. Right, this thing's pointless. Cages are so bad. Why have they nerfed cages? Added input buffering to transition from punishment of the damned to rights of judgment. What that means is if you spam left click while holding right click, before you get the opportunity to actually use your attack while you're laying the trail, it'll try and do it at its earliest convenience. It'll buffer your input so that it'll trigger it at the earliest convenience. I think it's a buff, but it does mean that if you click and the survivor does something, you won't be able to react. The game will just go ahead and attack for you anyway. Begin caging or killing a survivor when the prompt is available. Sure. Reworked his add-ons. Okay. We heard your feedback that Executioner's add-ons could use more variety. Range shouldn't feel like it's the only valuable option. Yup. Viable even. In addition to making range increases base kit, we've reworked his add-ons to introduce more interesting options, like adjusting the spread of punishment of the damned or triggering effects on misses. Oh. Wait, have they made it so that it can be like Doctor, where you can like reduce the range of your power but make it wider? Or something like that? Triggering effects on misses? Are they going to make it so that like you can see their aura, a survivor's aura within like a meter of a punishment of the damned or something, or give you killer instinct? I don't know. Aside of these changes, we've made some quality life adjustments and reduced his zoning potential. Yeah. Clown has a problem. Clown's been a problem for a while. Let's see. The aura reading add-on needs changed. It's too strong. It feels like you need to use it all the time. I think it's interesting that survivors may benefit from the yellow bottle, but there's no way to really incorporate that into a survivor's game plan unless the clown really screws up. And the bottles don't last for long enough. What they should do is they should reduce the amount of damage the bottles do, but make them last longer. That's what I would do. Let's see. Increased movement speed while reloading the bottle. Yeah, it felt horrible. That's fine. Decreased bottle reload time. Felt horrible. Okay. Adjusted the effect of the yellow bottles. Increased haste effect. Increased the distance and speed the smoke spreads to, and increased activation speed. Oh my god. Okay. Adjusted the effects of purple bottles. Decreased the hindered effect. Decreased how long the hindered effect lingers after leaving smoke. Okay, so they've nerfed the purple bottles. That's good. That needed to happen. Added input buffering. Okay. When it comes to Clown's power, his purple bottles seen much more use than his yellow ones across skill levels. To incentivize their use, we're giving the yellow bottles a quicker activation, greater speed boost, and wider effect range, coupled with some base speed increases. To compensate, purple bottles have received a slight nerf, but require a little more throw control to get their full value. That's good. That needed to happen. And the survivors can use the increased haste effect as well, so it can be interesting as well. I think they should make the bottles last longer, though. And maybe give him less. I'm not sure. Night. Increased maximum patrol path length, sure. Increase the drawing speed, acceleration, strafe speed, sure. Standard spawn slower. Assassin and jailer standard spawn quicker. Okay. So giving survivors more counterplay to that. I mean, if they manage to get to the standard, then what's going on? They shouldn't be getting to the standard anyway. Added input buffering. It looks like they're just doing that for everyone. Adjusted call to arms. Drawing patrol paths is an important part of Knight's gameplay, so we've made him feel snappier and extended his range slightly, making call to arms partially base kit. We've also adjusted standard spawn times for each guard. In particular, the standards for 2 chase-focused guards will spawn quicker to help survivors, to give survivors a little more counterplay during double team scenarios where they tend to be at their strongest. Yeah. But if you want chase-focused guards, surely their power should be that they don't spawn the standards quicker. Okay. Anyway. Pig. Increased crouch movement speed, good. Increased speed of crouching and uncrouching, good. Increase the speed at which the terror radius fades when crouching, good. Wait. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Increased ambush movement speed. Okay. Added input buffering, adjusted several add-ons. That's good. Yes, we know. We buffed Pig. Outside of her traps, her ability to surprise survivors is an important part of her appeal. By changing her speed and making her terror radius fade quicker while sneaking, she'll have more chances to act on unprepared survivors. Okay. Depends on how much they increase it. Like, they don't give variables. Why don't they tell us how quick she's being increased? Because it could be like by 1% and we wouldn't know, or it could be 10% and it would be ridiculous. Perk changes, survivor perks. Rework Streetwise, okay. We've adjusted values on few perks that add low pick rates to buff them up. In addition, we've adjusted perks that affect items to make sure they're compatible with this update survivor item changes. So I just noticed this in post when editing the video. You remember that perk I was mentioning earlier that gives you 240% of a brand new part's value? Well, they've just talked about adjusting perks that weren't picked, how they're buffing them, and that's one of those perks, appraisal. Oh, I wonder if they're going to make it so that Streetwise regains charges or something. Oh my god, could you imagine if you just had a passively regenerating medkit? Jesus. Killer perks. Dragon's Grip, okay. Franklin's, okay. Hubris, okay. Insidious, good. Reworked Overwhelming Presence, that's good, it was never used. Hangman's Trick, updated, that's good, it was never used. Okay. I wonder if I can find the details on that. Oh, the PTB patch notes will find the precise values. Okay. Then I'll guess I'll upload this when that releases.